Hey, what's up everybody? Hope you're doing great today. This is Hassan from Bixband. Welcome to part 2 of our tutorial. So let's start. Now let's add the lights that are coming from the book. How we can do this? First of all, we are going to add a group for the element we are going to add to the book. Choose the book layer, hit Ctrl plus G to group. Let's call it book. Okay, create new layer by hitting this plus icon here, L, to have this polygonal lasso tool. Okay, now this technique is destructive, but it is easy to make it again, so I will not bother to make it non-destructive. Okay, first of all, let's add here point, here point, hold shift to make it move in one direction, add another point here, move it up, and you can press double click on any empty area and the selection will close with itself. Okay, let's fill this selection with white. How we can do this? First of all, check the foreground color is white, hold Alt and backspace. Now it is filled with white, but the selection is active here. Now you can see the merging ants. How we can deselect this? By hitting Ctrl plus D to deselect, hit Ctrl plus 0 to view the full image, add a layer mask by hitting this icon here, G for the gradient tool, make sure the colors are black and white. If it's not black and white, if this color is not black and white, click here, go to the presets panel, go to basics, choose the black and white color and hit OK. Now we want the light source to be coming from the book here and fading towards the girl. How we can do this? Just click and drag. Yes, the mask is black here and white on the area we want visible, but I don't like this area. Let's hit B for the brush tool, make it smaller, make sure the foreground color is black and brush a bit. Yes, now let's change the blending mode of this layer, change it to overlay, hit enter to confirm. The light is a little bit sharp, we want it a little bit blurred. How we can do this? From the top menu, choose filter, blur, Gaussian blur, 3.5 is a good value I think. Let's hit enter. Now let's add a similar light beam to the book. Let's create new layer, hit L for the lasso tool, choose some area in the middle here. Okay, now let's one click, hold shift, choose, click, hold shift, click and click here. Now let's again make sure the foreground color is white, hold Alt and backspace, it's now filled with white. Okay, let's hit Ctrl plus D to deselect, add the same mask layer. When dealing with mask, guys, always remember white is to reveal and black is to hide. G for the gradient tool, click and drag, make sure the colors are black and white, change the blending mode to overlay. Okay, let's add the same Gaussian blur effect. There is two ways we can go. Again, from the top menu here, filter, blur or Gaussian blur, but there is more professional technique that we can use the same last filter we used in the file by hitting Ctrl plus Alt plus F. Now the blur is added again. How we can know what is the last filter we used? From the filter menu up here, see, you can see Gaussian blur and the shortcut is written next to it, Alt plus Control plus F. Now, this is a little bit harsh, so let's reduce the opacity. Okay, I am thinking 65 is good. Hit enter to confirm. Let's add another layer. Do the same technique again. Okay. In the next steps, guys, we are going to add some variations in the light source to make it more interesting to grab the viewer's eyes. Now we are going in the right direction. Now it is a little bit uniform. We want to add some randomness to the light. How we can do this? We can add another layer, L, for the lasso tool again. Now we want to add some light beam to the ground that she is standing on. How we can do this? Maybe this time we can zoom in a bit. Okay, we want the illusion that is the light is coming from the folds of the book between the pages. So let's choose one click here, one click here, one click here, and make it like spreading like this. Okay, and close the selection. Fill the area of white. How we can do this? Again, hold Alt backspace Control plus D to deselect. Add mask layer, G for the gradient tool, click and drag. Change the blending mode to overlay. Add Gaussian blur by holding Control plus Alt plus F. Yes, it is making it more realistic. Okay, yes, before and after. Let's add another one from the other side. Control plus 0. Yes, let's see before and after. Last layer to add, we want to add some light beam on this, all of this area. How we can do this? Same technique again, nothing new. Before we continue, this channel is dedicated for junior designers who are searching for their first job or midweight designers who are aspiring to get a better job. Okay, I think we are going in the right direction. Now the edges of the book should at least have some of effect on it, because it will be affected by the light beams coming from the book. How we can do this? Create new layer. Okay, let's L for the lasso tool. Start from here, click, choose the edges of the book, click, hold shift to make it a straight line, click, click, and close the selection. Again, fill it with white, hold Alt backspace, Control plus D to deselect, change the blending mode to overlay, add mask, G for the gradient tool. Again, this is good, I think. Maybe let's reduce the opacity a bit. Okay, I think this is much better. We have some effect on the book. Okay, now what is the next step? Next part, guys, will be adding some details to the main subject here. First of all, we want to reposition the girl. I don't like its position. V for the move tool, hold Control and click on the main subject. Now it is selected automatically in the layer panel. Click and move. Okay, I think this position is good. Let's reposition the disk also. Okay, now let's add some details. Okay, let's hold Alt, click and drag to rescale from the center. Again, position it however you want. Let's add the other cloud. Again, hold Alt, click and drag to scale from the center. Yes, position however you want. Okay, I think this is good. We want it a little bit visible. Maybe move it closer to the girl. Move the cloud layer above the girl. Okay, to have some interaction here with the girl. Now let's add some fireworks. Because why? What? Because we are happy to back to the school, right? Now let's add the first firework. Okay, let's scale it, rotate it a bit, position it however you want. I think this is good. Hit enter to confirm. Change the blending mode to screen. Yes, I think this is good. Let's add the second firework. Go to file, place embedded, choose firework number 2, scale from the center, position it up here, hit enter to confirm, change the blending mode to screen. Let's add the third one. Go to file, place embedded, choose firework number 3, scale from the center, rotate it to the other direction. Okay, let's hit enter to confirm, change the blending mode to screen. You can, of course guys, change the position of the elements however you think it is looking good. Maybe this time here I don't like it. Maybe here it's not visible that much. You can remove it all, but I think I will leave it here. Okay, now let's add another element. Go to file, place embedded, choose the paper plane. Let's flip it horizontally, right click, flip horizontal, scale it a bit, move it above the girl head, hit enter to confirm. Maybe this artwork need to go up a bit and this need to go down. Maybe this here. I think the girl should move up a bit again. Yes, I think this position is good and the disk position is good. Now at this step we have used two ways to grab our viewers' attention. First, we added the lights. Second, we added details to the main area we want the focus of our viewers to be on. This will help us to grab the viewer's attention and make the composition more dynamic and interesting. What is the next step? That's it for today guys. See you in the next chapter.